Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this Mercury Milan Rebuild. So as you guys saw in the last episode, what we did was we replaced the front radiator support. So this is the replacement radiator support that we had. And then we had also cleaned this engine bay, but as you can see, it's back to its original condition. So until we put the hood back on, this is going to keep happening. But yeah, so as you guys just saw, we got a few parts over here that we're going to be installing on the vehicle. We got the front bumper reinforcement. Now the bumper reinforcement for this car actually wasn't damaged. We had another Ford Fusion actually that we needed the reinforcement for, and this car was just sitting there, so we took it off of this one. But we got a replacement one for this one, so this is going to get bolted right up onto there. And then as you guys saw in the last episode, we do have the headlights for this vehicle. So these are the original headlights. I did notice that this one is missing a few tabs, so we'll have to kind of see if we are going to get a replacement headlight or if we can just fix this one up, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We got this hood. Now we believe it's the same paint code, U1, which is the paint code for this. It's looks to be the same paint code. And then we're just going to be bolting this up onto this Milan. Now this hood is actually off of a 2010 Ford Fusion, so they're pretty much the same cars. So you guys are going to learn along right with us. So if this bolts up well, so we should be good to go. But if not, we'll have to get an actual Mercury Milan hood. Now these hoods for these Mercury Milans are very hard to find, just because they only made these cars for 2 years in this body style, so there's not a whole lot of them out there. But yeah, so we'll see where that goes. We also got this bumper cover right over here. Now this is the original bumper cover from this car. As you can see, it does have a little bit of paint chipping, well actually a lot of paint chipping in the front. So once we get the car all assembled up, we're going to sand this down, we'll paint it, make it look all pretty. And the grill is also, we're also going to need a replacement grill for this. But in the meantime, we're going to see if we can just make this work. Do a little testing with the car, make sure mechanically it's all good, and then when the grill comes in, we'll get all that stuff bolted on. So that's the plan for today. We're going to try to get all this stuff put onto the vehicle and just kind of go from there. All right, guys. So as you can see, we've got the bumper reinforcement bolted on there. So the reinforcement basically bolts onto the frame rails on each side, and then it also holds the radiator support in place as well. So this is nice and solid. It's not moving, which is how you want it. The next step is going to be installing the headlights. Now, as I stated earlier, this one is missing a few tabs, so we'll just kind of have to work around that for right now. But on the driver's side, the headlight has all of its tabs in place, as you can see, so this one should go back together without any issues. So that's the next step, and then after that we are going to try and install this hood. Like I stated earlier, this is from a Ford Fusion, but I think it should just bolt on without any issues. So those are the next steps. Stay tuned, and let's go from there. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we got the Fusion hood put on the Mercury Milan, but unfortunately our gamble did not pay off. As you can see right over here, the gaps do not match up. So I guess the Ford Fusion has bigger headlights than the Mercury Milan, because as you can see right there, this is not going to fly. And it's the same story on the passenger side as well. You know, can't be having that. So we are going to have to get a Mercury Milan hood and then get that repainted or paint matched to the body of the vehicle. But that's not a big deal. You know, in the meantime, we're going to start working on this bumper cover, start repairing it, painting it, and do everything that we need to do. In the meantime, we'll get a hood ordered. But yeah, in case anybody else is looking to do this, unfortunately it does not work. And if you wanted to make it work, you know, I guess what you could do is change the headlights out to a Ford Fusion, and then you would have to put a Ford Fusion bumper cover on there. But we're not going to do that. You know, we want to keep it a Mercury Milan. Yeah, so we got plenty of other things that we can work on, such as the bumper cover and a few other odds and ends on the vehicle. We were hoping to, you know, get this vehicle fixed and listed for sale as soon as possible, but I guess it's gonna have to be put on hold for a little bit. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. When we get the hood, we'll start installing that back on there. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, the vehicle is currently running. I've had it running for about 15 minutes now. The engine's holding temperature, it's running nice and smooth. Doesn't seem to have any issues, but we are going to take it for a quick spin down the road. Not on the main road or anything, just on the back roads here behind the shop. Not a lot of traffic. And then, you know, just to kind of see how it runs. In case the vehicle needs any other parts, we can get them ordered by the time the hood comes in, you know, just to kind of speed the project up. So yeah, we're going to take her outside here in a little bit and then see how she drives. All right, guys. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we are on the back roads over here. It's kind of an industrial area, no traffic at all during this time. But yeah, the car seems to be running fine. Drives nice and straight. There's no odd noises coming from the suspension or anything. These roads are kind of beat up, so I mean, if there was something wrong with the suspension, we would know it by now. But yeah, I mean, here we'll kind of step on her a little bit over here. So yeah, as you can see, shifts nice and smooth. Transmission is strong, engine is strong, and it's holding temperature too. It's kind of cold outside, so the temperature is a little bit low. We are in Wisconsin over here, but yeah, the thing seems to be running great actually. So only thing we're waiting on is the hood, and then fixing up the bumper cover. We'll put some tires on this baby, and then it should be ready for sale. We'll see you guys in part 3.